Hello, welcome to this week's Pilates class, the Express class again. We're going to work on the glutes a little bit more this week. We're going to make last week's set harder, and we're going to do a little bit for the abs again as well. So we're going to come on to hands and knees and get started. So hands below the shoulders, knees below the hips. We're going to arch the back, dropping the ribs down, lift the head up, looking up in front. And then drop the head down, push the ribs up nice and high to the ceiling. Drop the ribs back down, lift the head up. Drop the head down, ribs to the ceiling. Dropping the ribs down, looking up in front, and then one last one, drop the head down, ribs up nice and high, and then back towards the middle. So the back is flat, we're going to tuck the toes underneath the feet, and lift the knees up a couple of inches, tucking the elbows in, and then lower back down. Good. We're going to lift the knees up again and hold, and we're going to walk the hands forward, keeping the shoulders over the hands, straighten the knees as you bring the hands forward, tuck the hips underneath the body, and a nice straight line from the shoulders through the hips and knees to the ankles. Hold yourself in the plank, lift the left foot, and down, right foot, and down, left foot, and down, right, left, and right. And then walk the knees forward, walk the feet forward, bend the knees, and then rest the knees down. Good. We're going to do one more. The next one, we're going to twist the hand up towards the ceiling. So we're going to come back into that plank, and we're going to twist the hands so we're in the shape of a T. Tuck the elbows in, lift the knees up, walk the feet all the way back to the end of the mat, keeping the right hand on the mat, twist the left hand up towards the ceiling, and then back down, nice and soft. Right hand up to the ceiling, back down, good. Keep the hips tucked underneath the body, left hand up, and down. One last one, right hand to the ceiling, and back down. Keeping the hips tucked underneath the body, back is flat, walk the knees forward, and rest the knees down. And we'll turn over onto our back next. So, head resting on our head block, back resting on the mat, imprint the spine, bring the rib cage down, hands by the side, legs to tabletop, tap the heels off the mat, right and left, right and left, good. 3 and 3, 4 and 4, one last one on each leg. Perfect, and back to the start, keeping the back imprinted, 2 feet down and up, 1, 2, we're just doing 5 of each, tap of the heels, good, 4, and one last one, keeping the back imprinted, and legs back up, and bring the feet onto the mat. So again, we're going to exaggerate the imprint, really make sure we activate the glutes. So we arch the back, lifting the lower back up off the mat, and then push the back down, roll the hips back, and lift the hips up, and then back down. 1, 2, on the way down, arch that back as much as you can, let the ribs pop out, flatten the back, and lift the hips. 3, 4, so this is just building better control from the brain down to the pelvis to get that movement. 5, 3 more, arch the back, and lift, back down, arch the back, imprint, roll the pelvis back, and lift, and we'll do one last one. Arch the back, let the ribs flare, bring the rib cage down, imprint, lift the hips up, and then back down. Perfect. Next what we're going to do, left foot on the mat, we're going to extend the right leg, keep the thighs in line with each other, imprint the spine, and lift. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, dig the left heel to the mat. 8, keep the rib cage down. 9, last one, hold, and pulses. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Slide right, I get 10, 9, 8, keep the pelvis up. 6, keep the right hip level with the left. 3, 2, 1. Bend the right knee and roll the pelvis in. We're going to do the same to the left leg now. So imprint again, straighten the left leg. Thighs are in line with each other so the leg doesn't drop down as we lift the hips or it doesn't reach up to the ceiling. So keep the thighs in line, hands by the side, imprint and lift. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Last one, hold, dig the right heel to the mat and pulse this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10. Slide the left foot out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Keep the hips up nice and high. 9, and the last one, bend the left knee and rest the hips down. Perfect. We're going to do some roll-ups. We're going to straighten the legs down onto the mat. Hands come back behind the head. Arms forward, chin to the chest, and roll up. So we're going to go 5, reaching out in front. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. Keep the shoulders together on the way down. Next 5 we're going to reach to the ceiling. 1. Good. Keep the shoulders away in front of the ears. 2. Shoulders are relaxed. 3. Chest forward at the end. Nice and controlled on the way down. 4. Last little bit. Nice and slow. 1 last one. Up nice and tall. Chest is forward, chin is tucked in, and shoulders are relaxed. And roll back down. Perfect. Last one we're going to do, hands to the side of the head. We're going to keep the feet on the mat. I'm going to roll up into sitting. So, good. And back down. Keep the elbows out. Try not to let them come forward. As I say that they come forward. And slowly back down. 2. Good. 3. Chest forward at the end. 2 more. Good. And back down as best you can. Don't let those elbows come forward. Keep the feet on the mat. Last one. Up nice and tall. And then back down. Good. And rest. We're going to turn onto our side next. So, we're going to line our back up at the back of the mat. Hand beneath our headrest. And head resting on top of the headrest. Left hand on top of the left hip, or right hand on top of the right hip, whichever side you're lying on. We're going to lift the top leg up 1 foot and down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And down. Small circles. 1, 2. Keep the pelvis still. 3. Don't let the hips roll back and forward. Nice smooth circles. As much as you can. Keep the toes pointing straight forward. Don't let them turn up as you come to the top of the circle. 1 more. And change directions. Good. Keeping the pelvis still. Toes pointing forward. And rest the bottom leg as much as you can. Try to let it relax. It's going to push down into the mat somewhat. But if you can get the core to stabilise the pelvis, that bottom leg can relax. Last one, and into big circles, forward, up, back and down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, toes pointing forward, 10, and change directions. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and straight sliding forward. 1, 2, keep the shin parallel to the floor. 3, 4, and try to keep that pelvis as still as you can. It's harder when we're cycling forward, it will move a little bit, but I want you to focus on keeping the thigh parallel to the floor, don't let the knee drop down. 9, last one, 10, and backwards, nearly there, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, slow it down, you feel the muscles working harder, 2, 1, and rest down. We're going to turn over onto the opposite side now. So back line up at the back of the mat again, head resting underneath your headrest and head on top of it, hand resting underneath the headrest and head on top of it. Little sweep forward at the hips, hand onto the top of the hips, and then lifting the top leg. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Into little circles. 10, 9, 8. So this leg will straight away feel harder than the other leg. It's because when you're lying down, it's naturally pushing down into the mat to give some stability. So this leg from the start is a little bit more difficult. 1 more, and change directions. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Forward into big circles. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and change directions. 2, 3, 4, 5. Keep pushing that heel away as you lift the leg up, keeping the pelvis still. And last one, and into cycling forward. Now remember, keep that chin parallel to the floor. Good, the legs, the hips start to burn now. We're going to repeat all this now again. Remember, we're coming into the side planks next. So we're going to be running through all of this all over again. So if you think this is hard, it's only going to get worse, unfortunately. 2 more, I need to change directions, and then change directions. 8, 7, remember if we slow it down, you really feel those muscles working nice and hard. 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest the legs in. Good, next one, we're going to do our planks. So if you can, straighten the legs down onto the mat. We're going to come up onto the bottom elbow. If there's any pain or if it's too difficult, bend the knees and come up from the knee. We're going to try and come up from the ankles this week. Elbows slightly closer to the hips than directly below the shoulders. Pick the ribs up off the mat as high as you can so the bend happens at the hips there. And we're going to lift the hips up and down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and hold. 15, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 3, 2, 1. Keep the hips up and top leg up and down for 10, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then rest the hips down. Bend the knees. I'm just watching the time there, we're getting tight. Lift the hips up, straighten the top leg. I'm going to lift the top leg up, little circles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10. Change directions. 10, 9, 8, 7. Keep the hips up. 4, 3, 2, 1, and cycle forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Keep the hips up, don't let them sink down. Backwards. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rest the legs and rest the hips down and turn over onto the opposite side. And then we're going to be finished after that. So straighten the legs down. Again, elbow below the shoulders but slightly closer to the hips. Lift the ribs up nice and high. Little bend of the hips. And lift the hips. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and hold. 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 5, keep the hips up, they will not slip down, 2, 1, keep them nice and high, and 10 lifts, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Rest the legs, rest the hips down. We're going to bend the knees, straighten the top leg, and we're going to fly through these last ones. Lift the top leg up, little circles, 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10, change directions, 10, 9, keep the pelvis still, 8, 7, 6, 4, 3, 2, 1, and cycle forward, 1, 2, I can't get my shoulder right, 3, 4, keep the shin parallel to the floor, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and backwards, 10, 9, 8, hips nice and high, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Rest the legs, rest the hips out, and we're done. It's a tough class today, really work the glutes really hard. They're going to be sore in the morning. So it's a good workout. What we're going to do is we're going to change the focus next week. We're going to go back to working out really hard before Christmas, do 3 or 4 weeks of that, and then we'll go from there. Well, it'll be over Christmas as well, so we'll have 4 weeks of ab work, working really hard in December. See you next week. Bye bye.